In this video, we are covering fractional and negative indices. So the best way to go about them is by doing examples. The first example we're going to do is find the value of 4 to the minus 1. So a negative indice to the power of minus 1, it just means find the reciprocal of 4, and reciprocal means flipping it. So our answer is 1 over 4. Let's do another example so you understand. So find the value of 3 over 8 to the power of minus 1. The reciprocal of this fraction is we have to flip it again. So when we flip it, our answer that we get is 8 over 3. So these are our two examples and they work with any other fraction or any other number. Let's move on to something slightly different. So find the value of 4 to the power of minus 3. If we firstly get rid of the negative sign by flipping it, and then we have to cube it. So we get 1 over 4 cubed. 1 cubed is 1, and 4 cubed is 64. So the answer is 1 over 64. And the final example we'll do is find the value of 3 over 8 to the minus 2. So same as before, we have to flip it to get rid of the minus sign. So when we flip it to get rid of the minus sign, we get 8 over 3, and now we can square the whole fraction. And when we square fractions, we times the top by the same number and the bottom. So we get 64 over 9. I would recommend you guys writing these examples down in your notes so you have it for future reference. I will now give you guys a few examples to do, and I'll give the answers at the end. So the first question is find the value of 7 to the power of minus 2. Find the value of 6 over 4 to the power of minus 1. Find the value of 5 to the power of minus 4. And finally, find the value of 17 over 12 to the power of minus 3. So you can pause it now, have a go, and I'll give you the answer. The answers are going to show now. So for the first one, find the value of 7 to the minus 2. So we got to do 1 over 7 squared. So it's 1 over 49. For the second one, 5 to the power of minus 4. It's 1 over 5 to the power of 4. And 5 to the power of 4 is 625. For the third one, 6 over 4 to the power of minus 1. We just flip it, so we get 4 over 6. And the last one, 17 over 12 to the power of minus 3. We have to flip it and then cube it, so 12 over 17 cubed. We will now move on to some harder examples. We will do fractional indices now. So to understand how to do fractional indices, you must know the two facts that I wrote in the top right corner. The denominator is the root number and the numerator is the power. So this will make more sense when we do an example. So the first example is find the value of 9 to the power of a half. As you can see, the half, the fraction, the denominator is 2. So that's our root number. We're going to square root it. So it's square root of 9. And the square root of 9, everyone should know, is 3. The second example we will do is find the value of 16 to the power of 3 over 2. As you can see, the denominator is 2, so we're going to square root it. And our numerator is 3, so after we square root, we have to do it to the power of 3. So we do square root of 16, which is 4, and then 4 cubed, and that is 64. Now the next example we will do is find the value of 8 to the power of 2 over 3. As you can see, the denominator in this instance is 3. So we have to cube root it. So we cube root it and then we square it. So this cube root of 8 is 2, and then 2 squared is 4. We'll now move on to a mixture of fractional and negative indices in one question. So the first one is, find the value of 36 to the power of minus a half. So the first step is we have to remove the negative indice, and the way we do that is by flipping it. So we get 1 over 36 to the power of a half. Now we just got to do 1 to the power of a half, which is 1, and 36 to the power of a half, which is 6. The next one we are going to do is find the value of 8 to the power of minus 2 over 3. So the first step is we have to flip it, so we get 1 over 8 to the power of 2 over 3. So 1 to the power of 2 over 3 is just 1. And from before, 8 to the power of 2 over 3 is, we have to cube root it, and then we have to square it, because 3 is the denominator, so that's the root number, and the numerator is 2, which is the power. So the cube root of 8 is 2, and 2 squared is 4. And our final answer is 1 over 4. So find the value of 27 to the power of minus 2 over 3. And always the first step that you do is remove the negative indice, and the way we do that is by flipping it. So 1 over 27 to the power of 2 over 3. Now we just do it individually. 1 to the power of 2 over 3 is 1. 27 to the power of 2 over 3. We go to the cube root of 27, which is 3, and then 3 squared is 9. So our answer is 1 over 9. We'll now move on to another set of examples. So this one is, find the value of 64 over 125 to the power of 2 over 3. So this one is slightly harder. We have to do the numerator and the denominator to the power of 2 over 3. So we have to cube root both of them first, the cube root of 64 and the cube root of 125. And then we got to square the numerator and the denominator. So 4 squared over 5 squared. And our final answer is 16 over 25. As you can see, we have to individually do both the numerator and the denominator to the power of 2 over 3. So it's not just that much harder. Now let's move on to the next example. Find the value of 27 over 8 to the power of minus 2 over 3. And the first step is get rid of the negative indice, and the way we do that is by flipping it. So we got 8 over 27 to the power of 2 over 3. And same as before, we have to do the numerator and the denominator to the power of 2 over 3. So 8 to the power of 2 over 3, we have to cube root 8, which is 2, and then 2 squared is 4. And for the last one, 27 to the power of 2 over 3, cube root 27, which is 3, and then 3 squared, which is 9. And the final answer we get is 4 over 9. And finally, the last example, find the value of 25 over 16 to the power of minus 3 over 2. First step, remove the negative indice, and we do this by flipping the fraction. So 16 over 25 to the power of 3 over 2. As the denominator is 2, so we have to square root both 16 and 25. So we get 4 over 5. And we're left with the numerator, which is 3. So we have to cube 4 and 5. So we get 64 in the numerator and 125 as the denominator. If you have any questions regarding all these questions that we've done, please feel free to ask me in the comments below.